Good morning students. Today we will discuss about the aggregate supply of chapter 7. And we have already discussed about aggregate demand and its various components in our previous lecture. So now we will learn about the aggregate supply. So what is aggregate supply? Aggregate supply refers to money value of final goods and services that all the producers are willing to supply in an economy in a given time period. So students, aggregate supply is also a planned supply, not a actual supply. So aggregate supply is equal to national income. Why? Why do we say aggregate supply is equal to national income? Because aggregate supply is the aggregate cost of total output produced in an economy. And value of total production is distributed among factor inputs in the form of factor income, that is wages, interest, rent and profit. So the sum total of factor incomes at national level is called national income. So aggregate supply and national income are one and the same. So that's why we can say that aggregate supply is equal to national income. So our next topic is components of aggregate supply or national income. Yes, national income is equal to consumption plus saving, or Y is equal to AS equal to C plus S. Because the major portion of national income is spent on consumption of goods and services and the balance is saved. It means income is either consumed or saved. So that's why we can say that there is two components of aggregate supply or national income, that is consumption and saving. So national income or aggregate supply is equal to C plus S. Now we will discuss about the diagrammatic presentation of aggregate supply. Yes, the aggregate supply curve and national income curve coincide with each other, and it is a table showing combined behavior of consumption and saving corresponding to different level of income. So you can see in this table yes, in this table you can see when income is equal to 0, then aggregate supply is equal to 0. It is the summation of consumption and saving. And when income is increases by 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, it is increases by 100, then aggregate supply is also increases by 100. So in this table you can see aggregate supply is equal to income. So now we can see the diagram of aggregate supply curve. So in this figure, income is represented on the x-axis and consumption and saving are measured on the y-axis. A 45-degree line, yes, you can see this line, 45-degree angle, this line which represent the aggregate supply has been drawn from the origin से निकल रही है, okay, and the line is drawn by taking the same scale on both the axes. सेम स्केल पर निकल रही है, इधर भी 100, 100, 200, 300 and o x-axis पर भी 100, 200, 300. So the line is drawn by taking the same scale on both the axes. So at every point on this 45-degree line, y is equal to C plus S. Okay. So what is the significance of 45-degree line? So aggregate supply is obtained by adding consumption and saving schedule, and the straight line obtained which will originate from point of origin will form a 45-degree angle, thereby establishing the relation of y is equal to c plus s. So at all point on 45-degree line, consumption is equal to income, and it helps under the Keynesian economic analysis. So since the two variable consumption and income are measured in the same units, the 45-degree line has a slope of 1 and it bisects the 90-degree angles formed by the two axes.